Like we're live though. Check in, check in, check in.
Mic check one. We live, huh? Come on now, come on in, y'all. Come on in here. Come on now, where y'all at? Shout me out. Show some love, man. How y'all doing?
Before we start, man, I always got a stupid question.
What you got?
Okay.
Okay.
Bear with me, dog.
Go ahead, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right. So say that say that you had chemistry with somebody in your life, right? And it just didn't. Maybe the timing was wrong.
Okay.
Would you give that person another chance?
As of now, I can't do that.
No. I didn't say. First of all, I wasn't talking about you.
You said in general.
I said, yeah, I'm saying in general. Like, you're always thinking about yourself. First of all, I can't do that.
You said because you said that you weren't ready.
Yeah.
You weren't ready.
No, it's a timing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's kind of like
timing.
Yeah, it's kind of timing. So if you would like basically knew someone that you was with, and the timing was kind of just wasn't there. You know what I mean? But then a few months later or whatever, the timing might be there. Would you kind of try to shoot for it, or
yeah?
Would you go back? You would go back to someone that you actually talked to before, although the timing wasn't right. And
yeah, because I feel like you didn't get a fair shot. You didn't give yourself a fair shot.
What if the issue?
Now, if there were issues, then maybe not. But if it was
just because the reason that y'all quit talking, there was an issue, obviously, right?
Well, you said it was just timing, right?
Well, the timing
wasn't the right time for you guys.
The issue was about the time, the timing and the issue.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is the issue that y'all don't have enough time for each other, or you weren't in the right spot? I mean, mentally, right? You weren't in the right space mentally.
I think either one of us probably wasn't in the right space mentally.
Yeah, I'll give it because that's a different issue. I would definitely communicate it, right, and then I would see if we still have that same issue first before moving forward. But I would definitely entertain it.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. We about to get into it in just a second. Let me get that intro, man. Let me hit y'all. We need to text check our chats. So chat, y'all let us know that y'all here. Give us a thumbs up or something like that. Let us know you're here because our chat was kind of off last a couple of days ago. We wasn't getting our chats or whatever. So we want to make sure that you guys in so we can communicate with y'all. All right. So that's what's up. The show's about to start in 3, 2. Oh, I got the wrong thing. 1.
Yes. Let's get it.
You have 2 new messages.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? I saw you're on this show called Reasons with this guy named Fuel.
Yo, what's up? Got some information.
Yep.
They asking for it. What should we do?
Okay. Let's give it to them.
Let's do it.
Oh, shoot, we here.
Oh, we here. Fat boy
My
in the
bad.
building. You already know what type of time we on. No, I'm sorry. I ain't even here yet.
That was me too, though. That was me too. What's up, you guys? What's up? We appreciate you joining this season. The place to be. Look at us. How you feel about what you feel and the reasons why you feel that way with the topics that we've been on to you today. It's your
Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We here. Good to see y'all. Hey, family, man, I miss you. I want to, since before we even get started, I want to give a shout to my stepmom's Zanya, Mama Z, I call her. It's her 61st birthday today. So shout out Mama, man. Shout out. We was out in Vegas, had a nice little time, and then my daughter's birthday was Monday on the 18th. So, you know, shout out to Mama Z, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Enjoy your day, Mama. Make sure you have a great day. Make sure you have some fun and have a little drink, man.
Hold on, did you say it was your mom's birthday?
My
Your stepmother's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, stepmom. That's what's up.
60, turning 61.
61.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So we here.
All right, man. So we got a lot going on today, you guys. As you guys know in the news, you know, our president has COVID, you know, and it's a big thing now. I think sometimes I think I read something about somebody said that he mentioned he had cancer or something like that. I don't know if that's true. I have to look deeper into that, but it is actually on the news now. And I guess to focus on what's that? Oh, that's something else. But anyway, I don't know if it's a big controversy or anything about, you know, the president having COVID. You know what I mean? I think they made a big press conference, dude, and it's kind of like for a whole hour of them asking the same stupid ass questions. I get tired of wasting every, you know, TV time, man. And you're asking like, well, how many people? And the lady already told her, you know, or told them like, we don't know how many people or whatever. Everybody we going through protocol, blah 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 blah. Done.
That's it.
And then you got another one. Well, how many people? Which one I just say? It's shit like that, man. I can't stand with it, you know. But anyway, excuse me.
Bitch, what I just
Make sure
say.
I just got know, right? What's up?
Hey,
Nick is in the house. Nick's in the house.
Imagine if the White House press secretary got fed up for shit one day, asked to say, "Motherfucker, what I just say?"
Right. That's what I want to do. That's what time. And plus, it was a black lady this time. The spokesperson was, you know, and I was like, you know how we are. We get frustrated, like, nigga, did I just say what the fuck? That type of stuff. Vic said, thanks for the shout out. What's up? All right, so we are getting our comments, y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's what's up. That's what.
Papa Bear.
We also going to be talking about the shooting, the mom and the parents that was actually the Robb Elementary School shooting, that, you know, the parents are actually upset at the mom and everything. So it was some things exchanged or whatever about that. We're going to go through that real quick. And then we're talking about, is it me or is it you? Or making relationships complicated. Making relationships complicated. Is it really, really, really complicated? You know what I'm saying?
Our relationships complicated.
Yeah,
our relationships complicated.
Yeah.
Is it me?
Or
is it you?
Is it you? Is it me?
Is it you? Is it me?
Right. And then also, of course, we got dear brother, dear sisters coming up. We got 2 today, you know, as usual. Actually, I think we had 3, but I think I'm gonna just play 2. I think I'm gonna play 2. I'm gonna do 2. You know what I mean? So what, you know, stay in tune for that. But before that, man. But like you said, you just came from Vegas, dog.
Yeah,
so what was that about?
Vegas was cool. My daughter turned 11 this week on Monday. So I drove down Tuesday night after the ladies show, you know, because we support each other. And so I drove down. We got there, me, my dad, my stepmoms, we drove down Tuesday night. We got there maybe about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just hung out with my daughter, man, for the most part. Just hung out with her.
Oh, okay.
It was just good to see her. She wanted a crab boil, and she didn't really want to do too much. Plus, it was 114 degrees in Vegas, so I was kind of happy with that. But yeah, she just we did a crab boil for her. It was real beautiful, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
Watching your kids grow up is kind of crazy, man. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. But man, you know, I'm gonna have to tell you a story. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what happened to me this weekend?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you next. I was gonna ask you what's up with you, man.
All right, so I started Ubering, right? This past weekend, man. I don't know. Did I tell y'all this? I don't know if I told you this. I might have told y'all. But anyway, so I pick up, you know, I'm dropping off somebody in Orange County, y'all got some crazy people out there in Orange County.
Oh yeah.
You know, because y'all day drinkers and stuff, and y'all be getting like drunk at 2 and 3 o'clock in the evening. So by 11 and 12, y'all just out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I pick up this couple or whatever, right? I take them, I drop them off. this other lady and her husband jumps in the car. They drunk, right? So she's like, "Well, just take me a mile. Just take me a couple of miles or whatever, and and we'll pay you cash, right?" I'm trying to be nice. I didn't have another, customer, right, ding yet. So I was kind of like, all right, let me go ahead and be nice and take them on up the street. Trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Man, so first of all, we get out the driveway. They get confused about which way I'm supposed to go or whatever. And I'm out now. I'm getting frustrated already. As soon as I turn the corner, I get a ding for another ride. So now I'm really getting frustrated because they don't know where the hell they going. So she's like, it's only 2 miles up or whatever. And I'm like, okay, it better be these 2 miles because I ain't going no further. I got another customer, right? And they talking and acting all stupid and shit, and laughing and shit in the background, right? So I get them to the daggone destination, right? And I'm parked and whatever. I'm like, they getting out the car or whatever. She's like, thank you, thank you. I was like, what about my money? You know what I'm saying? And the dude was like, what do you mean? I was like, dude, you just said you was going to pay me cash for dropping y'all off or whatever. Where's my money? Well, I didn't say that. We didn't say that. You said my name and I just got in the car. You shouldn't have put it in. Oh, dude, I went and I was like, oh, no. You got the wrong Uber driver. You know what I'm saying? So so and at first I was kind of like, just get out my car. Ain't no biggie or whatever. But she's still talking shit, right? So I'm kind of like, look, I called her a trailer trash something. I did call her something, right? And so I got out the car or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he was still, she was looking at him like as if he was supposed to take up and do something. He wasn't doing nothing, right? I was like, I wish you would. I said, you got the wrong Uber ride. I said, you owe me money or whatever. Are you going to give me money or not? We ain't going to give you nothing. You know what I did?
What you do?
I took her phone. I took her cell phone.
Oh, yeah, you saw.
And I smashed that shit and told her, now you pay $100 for a $5 ride, bitch. Peace. And burnt out. Yeah, that's right. And I hope you see me on here, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
You out here terrorizing Uber guests. She woke up, because she was drunk, right? She woke up that next morning so upset at you.
Oh, man.
She was hot.
I probably had to take that phone and
that
probably had to
phone's
get a
through.
new one because
Yeah,
I smashed that bad boy.
through.
I threw it down and I stomped on it or whatever. So I knew that mug was bad. It was gone. You know what I'm saying? You don't play. You got me the wrong. She lucky I didn't just like hit her, to slap the mess out of her husband. He wasn't saying much, so I couldn't hit her. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something.
Do you call that Uber rage?
Uber rage?
Uber rage?
I don't know, but it was.
That's a new term. You just
it was
created a new damn term.
Hey, that's all right, man.
I had Uber rage. What happened? I had
funny.
Uber rage, broke her shit.
Yep.
She got to run in her damn mouth.
That shit was crazy.
I can't stand drunk women, especially. But no disrespect, but I can't, especially when they get the mouthing off and shit. I don't think that shit cool at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was put it this way. I probably would have just left, and because like I said, it really wasn't nothing but like a couple of miles, and it wasn't no big deal, whatever. It was what she was saying behind it, and being disrespectful and being kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like as if she just got over on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, bitch, you don't get over on fuel. It don't happen.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, bitch.
Wrong, bitch.
No, bitch. I don't need this.
Right.
I don't need you talking to me like that.
Right. Test your YouTube again. Make sure. I just want to make sure everybody's getting. Yeah. Everybody. All right. So we got Cynthia. Where you been, girl?
Hey,
wow, that's
Kellogg,
crazy. People are too much. Hey, see, watching the low or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't just say, you ain't came and said hi in a long time.
Yeah,
what's up with that? But what's up? Yeah. Oh, girl, man. Yeah, she was crazy.
Yeah, she was out of pocket.
Yeah, after Orange County, man, they get drunk early, dog. So yeah, that was crazy. But let's get into okay. So the first topic we're gonna get into, man. Hold on a second. Let me change. I'm up here changing back and forth.
Yeah. Go do your thing. What we get into? Yeah, good to see you, Cynthia. Yeah. What's the deal, family? I just spoke. Yeah, it came up. Yeah, it's coming through. Yeah, they coming through. Yeah. So where we going? Where we going with this one, Fuel? We going we're gonna do the Texas shooting first. Where we going?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it, man.
Okay, so
you got a clip for him, right?
Yeah, I got a clip for you guys or whatever, and I
shit
want to know what you guys think about the mom of the Texas shooting. The mom of the Texas shooter got into an argument with the victims of mom's parents or whatever, about her son.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you guys a clipping of it, and I kind of want to know what you guys' opinion is of this, or whatever, especially when someone's kid is the one that caused
Yeah,
this
some
this
bullshit.
tragic. Exactly. So hold on a second. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Let's go ahead. Yeah. This, I was realizing I was talking to Phil, while he set it up and get everything ready for y'all. You ready? Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, he gonna cue it right now. Let's go. And I'll tell y'all what I was gonna say.
Syria is a rape. We're not to everybody that was your son.
You have no right to judge my son. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No. May God forgive y'all.
What reasons did he have?
You know what
reasons?
Los gritos fueron aumentando de tono.
Why did you call the cops to begin with?
I know my son was a coward. You don't think I don't know that? I know. You don't think I'm carrying all that with me?
That was chaotic.
Yeah.
I have a question for you before you even go in. Are people allowed to do that shit? I mean, of course they're allowed, but should they be allowed to do that? To kind of harass, even though her son did some foul stuff, right? Some unforgivable things, some, you know what I'm saying? Some way far out stuff. Does it make it right to threaten? I mean, like to yell at her in the street? Does that bring back the children? Or I mean, of course it doesn't bring back the children, but does that make it right though?
Yeah, but I think that's what the question is just what you just asked. Does it make it right for them to actually be going off on her of what their son does? Or, does she take the accountability of what her son basically, did? In a way, and you guys that's watching, Nick said nope. All right, so you guys that's watching, I do want to know you guys thought about this, but in a way, it is a parent's responsibility to not know, because she didn't. It's kind of hard because for one, she was the son stayed with the grandmother for a couple of months or whatever, so she don't, of course, not knowing or whatever was going on. The only thing that I can say is that people wasn't recognizing the signs. For one, of him being bullied. Two, for him, the ex-girlfriend, was stating how they how violent she was getting towards her, after they broke up and all of that stuff or whatever. And not only that, the school called them, but nicknamed him a school shooter. You know what I'm saying? So, those are the signs. And is it a blame of the mother? Unless the mother
They nicknamed him a school
yes.
shooter?
They nicknamed him before it even happened. They nicknamed him the school shooter. Is what it's saying on CNN. Yes.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
See,
You know what I'm
I didn't know
saying? So
shit about
that, you know what I'm saying? So even with that alone or whatever, I don't
make
think
it
it's
okay though.
it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay for, of course, in no way means form. But what I'm saying is, if your parents are not paying attention,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
It's some
If you're,
accountability
it's
that needs
some,
to
it's
be
some
taken.
accountability
That's
to
for
it.
sure.
If your
For
parents
sure.
have to know that your kids are troubled in
Yeah.
some kind of way and not do anything about it, that makes
Yeah.
them somewhat of accountable to it. To me,
Absolutely.
that's what So what do you think? Let me think. What you guys think?
Nick said, I understand she should know her son, but I feel don't attack the sinner, attack the sin. The sin is dead. The mom shouldn't fall victim of harassment. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I was where I'm going with it as well.
Yeah.
That's where I agree the same thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you as well.
Yeah, I don't feel that she should be harassed. I mean,
think
what else could she have done? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she could have damn sure paid her attention to her son.
But that's true.
But that's besides the point. I think that when we start harassing people to get our point across, it really takes away from these children who just really lost their lives. And this young man who was obviously sick. I was telling Fuel speaking off camera about, like, I don't know what's going on in these communities, right? Because what sane man, what sane person would even walk into a school with a gun? But then let's flip that. What sane man will walk into an elementary school he no longer attends because he's 18, right?
Right.
And shoot kids.
Right.
It has to be something wrong with him prior to that.
Mhm.
And I feel like the community is just as responsible for the shit as well
Mhm.
as the mom,
Mhm.
because you guys knew, you seen signs, even though it's the mom's responsibility, right, to make sure he don't hurt anybody,
Right.
but y'all seen signs of this man going crazy and things going on.
Right.
Even the girlfriend should have been told someone that he was being violent with her once
Mhm.
she left,
Right.
because that's how you prevent shit like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I agree with Nick. Man.
Mhm.
I think that that don't give him an excuse to harass her. You know what I'm saying? Even though she did some cornball shit, by raising
Nick said
a
she
goofy.
thinks she said that backwards. I think I said that backwards. No, I don't think you did. I
I
don't
get,
think
I got what
we
you were
got
trying
what
to
you were
say.
saying. Yeah, we got
Absolutely.
exactly what you were
Yeah, I
saying.
got you were saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I you know I do believe that you know the harassment part of her. You know what I mean? I mean you're trying to, you can't make someone feel bad worse than what she feels.
Yeah,
You
for
know, because
sure.
she has, like she said in the video, she feels some kind of way
I
too.
know she do.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like for us to have to, you know, kind of bash someone else or whatever. That's almost like us bullying her now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or whatever. So it's, you know, two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I mean? But basically you try to, you know, get through it or whatever. Like however sorry she feeling for one, her son is gone as well. You know what I'm saying? Two, you know, she feel bad about, you know, her, you know, him taking the lives of their other families or
Yeah.
whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So someone has to kind of come
Somebody got to be
together.
somebody has to be
Right.
the bigger person.
The bigger
right?
person, yeah.
Someone has to take the higher road and say, okay, this idiot is gone,
Mhm.
right? Even though she should be held accountable for what she did, that doesn't give me the right to harass her. But what I will do is when I see her go the other damn way, but I don't even think that that's the case. I would really, honestly, I would personally embrace her, because I think Phil hit
Mhm.
the nail on the head, and she also said it as well, is that she's probably going through something so crazy because she created him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, and I know that she's seen, especially as a mother, I know she's seen signs
Mhm.
early on, and she's probably guilty, right? A
Yeah.
lot of self-guilt that
And a lot of people
that
parenting.
she didn't
Yeah.
see, she didn't know,
Right.
right? Or she couldn't stop it.
Right.
So that's still her
That's what I was gonna say.
baby.
A lot of
You know what I mean?
a lot of people's parenting is when they, you know, they're not, parenting skills is not for everyone.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
And some people, you know, they have these kids, you know, especially if there's not both, you know, parents in the household or whatever. It's hard. It's hard. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
obviously, like I said, the troubling that she was having probably with the kid, all the way up until the point where he had to stay with the grandparents for a certain amount of time or whatever the case may be. Then, you know, also said something, you know, and you can't blame the grandparents.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because the grandparents probably didn't know what was going on. They probably thought that they were helping just by having him here. Maybe he'd do better or whatever. You just
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we never know like how, so everybody's parenting is different, and some are less attentive than the others. You know what I'm saying? And you know, these things happen, but to be, you know, judge someone else, you know, to judge, you know, like she said, you know, you can't judge, you know, you're not God. You know what
No.
I'm saying? You know, you
Yeah.
can't judge me or
Yeah.
whatever the
Facts.
case may be. So, you know, I get that, you know what I'm saying? And I do feel like, you know, somewhat is her fault too because of them not paying attention. But
Yeah.
then although it had happened, it's still, you know,
I mean,
you can't ridicule her that. You know, you can't just go
yeah,
off
you
on
can't
her
beat
and
her
be,
up
you
for
know what I'm
that.
saying, beat her
You
up for
can't.
that.
You
So,
can't. You
yeah.
can't. I think that you're absolutely right, Phil. You can't. You can't do that. I think that, like I say, somebody has to be the bigger person. It was a tragic, tragic situation. What happens to those children?
Right.
And once again, my prayers go out to that community.
Right. Right.
But uh, spreading hate because of it, I don't
Mhm.
think is a good way for healing and grief as well.
Exactly.
But we also have to understand that those are people, they're grieving, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so anger is definitely a stage of grief. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just hope cooler heads prevail, and I hope that we just send some prayers out and people embrace each other as a community.
Right,
They need
right.
it. They need it. They
Yeah.
definitely need it because that could become a powder keg as well.
Mm-hmm.
That could become an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And or I would suggest you move the hell out of that place.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think if something like that, I don't know if I could stay there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, why would I? You know, and my other thing was, oh shoot,
Mhm.
my other thing was, oh, okay, I did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
my other thing, my other thing was this, like, why would you go around those people?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he should have been gone already.
If they was at your house, that's something different or whatever. But you went out. I guess I don't know if they was having a meeting somewhere or some sort of conference or something about it, or about the whole situation and stuff like that. And she went there. I think
I mean, but is
that
it?
don't make sense. Like, why
Yeah,
would
but
you
is
even
it
go there
wrong
though?
for her to show her support?
Uh, she can show support with at a distance.
Okay, I
You know
get
what I'm
you.
saying?
I get you.
Show support at a distance or show support, some other way, but not to be there when
Not
you with,
directly.
with angry people about their families,
Yeah,
man.
that's true.
You know
They're
what I'm saying?
children. Yeah,
So of course you're going to get harassed. You're going
yeah,
to get somebody's going to feel some kind of way. Somebody's going to say something, even if they're in the wrong. They're still going to say something. You should know that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
You definitely should
So
understand
by
the
having
temperature
that
of the situation.
part of ignorance is kind of like too, let's say something to me about her. You know what I mean?
I mean, they from there, right? I think they live there, so that's the initial shock, right? I don't think you realize the impact that it's just going to have on everybody, right? He did it. He made his bed. He gone, right? He died, so he don't have nothing to worry about.
Right.
But the people that it impacted doesn't just impact the community, right? I mean, it doesn't just impact the families who were directly
Right.
impacted, right? It impacts the community as a whole,
Right.
and then it impacts his family, right? And it just kind of creates this
Something like that impact the
negative.
community.
Yeah,
I'd be done. I
I've
just
been packed up and got out of
I done
there.
got out of
Yeah,
there. You know
but
what I'm saying?
it's easier said than done,
True.
right? When you from somewhere and we don't know what their finances are like and things
That's
like that.
true.
So
True.
it's when you from a place, it's kind of hard to pick up and leave,
Yeah.
right? But once you realize the impact and what's going on,
Hmm.
I think that it would be wise to start to make a move somewhere different.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just for safety reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
don't want people to catch your ass slipping and try to do you for what the shit the son did.
Right.
Which I
Right.
think is cruel and I don't think people should do that. But you also, Phil made a great point. You also have to be mindful of the fact that, you know, even if you want to support, you have to support from a distance, but you also have to be mindful that children were killed, right?
Right. Right.
And your son did it. So people ain't really messing with you like that. So
Right. Right.
be careful out there.
Yeah.
Definitely be careful out there.
Absolutely.
Because it could go bad for you. And I hate to see that happen either, man.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. They're
Got some
trying to
comment?
find a way to place the blame out of anger. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're
Yeah.
doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They
And
grieving.
I mean, it's rightfully so to be angry. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We get that. And you're going to be angry or whatever. Um, but I just don't get why she would be around them.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
facility. If they come into your house and they're harassing you and stuff like that and going off, that's one thing. But if you're going somewhere and,
Well,
and sometimes you probably just can't go out in public
that's
just
what I'm
yet.
saying.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because
Just got
she looked
anywhere in
like she
public.
was just kind of
She was out in public. I can't
out in
remember
public.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
so
exactly.
randomly trying to like scoot through traffic,
Maybe or
randomly,
yeah,
just going to like you can't go get milk and shit.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Like she could have been going to get some milk and shit, and turn
right,
right back around. Like because they're not playing with her.
right,
And
right, right.
I'm shocked they not throwing shit at her or trying to attack her. So I'm happy it hasn't
Yeah,
escalated to that. But this could get bad.
it can
So
get bad. It
we're
can
gonna
get
keep an
bad.
eye on this and we're gonna keep y'all posted because this could
Oh
get
yeah.
bad.
And then
And
not only that,
I
not
pray that
only
it
we're gonna
doesn't.
keep an eye on it, you guys. There's actually a 800 number. I need to post up before we leave. For even your kids, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like they're going through something or mental health or whatever, that you guys can actually, call. The parents can call and ask for help as well. But when they know that their kids are not in a good place,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? If they feel like their kids need someone else to talk to besides them, or that you're not getting to them, you know what I'm saying? There's a number to call, you know what I mean, for someone that you feel that has a problem or whatever. And, maybe that can help stop. You know, get ahead of the
That's
game.
good.
You know what I'm saying? As a parent and being a grown up or whatever, be responsible and be ahead of the game, and call for your kids, because sometimes they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they don't have no other way out. You know what I mean? So you just never know, you guys. So if you guys, before we leave tonight, before we get off here tonight, I'm gonna pull up a number. There is a mental health number that you can pull up, that you can call or whatever, and just ask for help for something that's going on with your kids. All right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, man.
Mental
So
health is serious, y'all.
yeah. They were trying to find. Oh, that's where I got that one. Okay.
Next topic.
Is it me?
We're gonna get.
Oh, what was the other one? What was it?
Oh no.
That was it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Biden ass, right?
Oh yeah, we talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah,
We done with Joe Biden. It was very short there. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he sit his ass down anyway. He ain't.
We wish him well, of course.
wish
You know
him
what I'm saying? It's the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? We wish you well, man. Get out there and
Put down.
Yeah, sign that student loan before you croak.
For real.
Sign that student loan bill before you croak,
real.
and you know what I'm saying? Give a couple more stimuluses.
For real.
Give one more check or
At
whatever.
least
You
give
know what I'm saying?
yourself a fighting chance for the next term, because it ain't looking good for you, Sleepy Joe.
Oh no. For the next term, no.
It ain't looking good.
It's not looking good for it. But the other thing about that too is sometimes we always think just because the time that we're in is because of the president, president, and it's not.
It was 'cause
This
of
was
the
stuff
last
that's
idiot.
built up all the way through
Yeah.
the last one, you know, and it always happens like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, so even when things was good with Trump, it was because of what Biden basically. Obama put together. You know what I mean? So people don't understand that. People just go into the now and not realize that, you know, some things was happening in the making before that
he
person
even
was
got there.
right. Exactly. So,
But he ain't doing good with the job he has now. Period.
but he still ain't did nothing to be like hurrah about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not excited.
That's true. That is true.
I'm not excited. I want my damn vote back, but that's another story for another day.
But then who you gonna vote for? That's the thing.
Kanye West.
If he didn't have anybody, oh shit, you tripped. All right, man.
Kanye West.
He tripped. Yeah, for that. Yeah, okay. All right, so you guys, the next topic is it me or is it you? Making a relationship complicated. Is it he or is it me or is it you?
Is it he? Is it she?
Is it she? Is it his? Is it he? Is it
he? Is it she? Is it he? Is it she? Who is it?
How do you came up with that? What was your meaning behind this? Because you had asked about this.
Yeah, because well, you know, guys, I'm in a relationship, and
why?
No,
why?
Here you go. Bullshit.
Oh, boy, every time we get on relationships, dog, we get. But it was a hesitant. It was a. I mean,
because I'm trying to turn where I'm gonna go with this.
Okay, go ahead.
Being in a relationship, you always use the statement, or now I always hear like, relationships are complicated. Relationships are complicated, right? We always say that. We always hear that. But I wanted to ask the question: Is it that the relation is complicated? Is the relationship complicated, or is it just you or as an individual who's complicating the relationship? Whether it's a man complicating a relationship due to his ego, right? Because I deal with that a lot. I have a lot of things that I deal with mentally, right?
Right.
Or is it a woman, right? The not listening, lack of empathy, blase, right? What complicates? Is the relationship complicated or the individuals complicated?
That's a good one. Let's go to comment real quick.
Hey, go to the comments. Go to the comments. All right. Let me see.
That's a good one though. What did Nick say?
She says it's you. It's you and you and you. All right. Hold on. Relationships are complicated. Humanoids make it complicated. Absolutely, Carletta.
Humanoids make it complicated.
Yep. I agree. I agree. But I want you to elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
How? Through what? How do we make it complicated, Carletta? Give me 3 things
I would say how we make it complicated is having a breakdown in the communication, and when one is not actually listening to the other. Yeah, although we're there listening, but then sometimes that listening has to take a stance, or it has to take some sort of I'm trying to what's the right word? It has to take some sort of movement forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to
reflection.
rest. Yes, you have to be able to, once we talk about something or whatever, and it's very, confusing between each other or whatever, or one's not understanding the other, then yes, the relationship's going to be complicated because no one came to that final conclusion to say, oh, okay, I see where he's coming from. Okay, I see where she's coming from. You know what I mean? And then but you can't say that. Like some people say that, but still do the same shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Or still stay in they stuck ways or whatever, as opposed to changing. So when you don't basically communicate, when your communication breakdown is what's going to make it complicated, whether it be you doing it or her doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, let's say, for example, we talked about this probably before. When you have someone that's your best friend, you know what I'm saying, and she's wanting to go out with that best friend that's a guy, you know what I'm saying, or it's vice versa. You got a best friend that's a female, you want to go out with that best friend that's a female, you know what I mean? But if you're basically not understanding, like I'm saying, oh yeah, I understand. Okay, cool, that's your dog, blah blah blah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then another week later, oh, well, why you went out with such and such, and you bring that back up. You didn't really understand. You just said that just to get out of the whatever conversation then or whatever, and it comes back out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it. Yeah. So that's what makes it complicated or whatever, because you didn't really have a serious agreement as to whatever that conversation was. You know what I mean? So that's what I would get from it or whatever. That would make it complicated, and you can undo that, of course, if you really understand that person that you're talking to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Agreed.
Nick said agreed, Carletta. All right, I got you. It's complicated because most individuals bring their life experience to the relationship, and life is complicated. Absolutely. Yeah. I think so perfectly, Dad. I was just gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
I would say I think the biggest thing, because I do it, I'm guilty of it, right, is bringing past traumas, past experience, and past behavior, or let me say not just past behavior, but learning previous ways on how you dealt with that trauma, right?
Or did you even really deal with it at the
that
time?
too,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Because
That
you're
too.
bringing it into the
That's-
next relationship means you might not have brought it
that I'm
all the way
making,
through.
right? Because you bring it with you, which got my point right there. You bring it with you because you never really properly took care of it.
Exactly,
Right?
right.
You properly got over it, but not got over it, properly handled it. You get
In
what
other
I'm
words,
saying?
it's not something of your past.
It's not something of
It's
your
still
past. It's
something
still in
that
your
dwelled
presence.
inside you.
Absolutely.
Right. You know
Right?
what I'm
It
saying?
sticks
So you
with
bring that on to your next relationship and make things very complicated,
I
because
don't
now
think
you're
we know
thinking.
that we're doing that.
And that's an
I don't
awareness.
think we know we're doing that.
Yes, we don't have that awareness sometimes that's what we're doing, Uh, but that's like I said, is when you have that important that communication to where someone actually really understands, as opposed to bringing it back up in another week or so or two within that relationship, or when something else happens that kind of reminds you of the past. You know what I mean? Then it's kind of like, damn, it's still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one. I didn't think about that.
Let's see what,
So can I
go ahead before you
go ahead.
You got it?
You want to go? Yeah.
I got it. By not communicating honestly what we really want. 2, when our expectations changes, we expect the other person to just know it. And 3, not willing to trust and be vulnerable with our mate. Exactly.
Great point.
All of those are great
All are
points.
great,
Exactly. Who's that?
That's Carletta.
Carletta. Oh, that's your mom. Hold on, that's not you. That's your mom.
No, that's Carletta.
That's Carletta. Oh,
Yeah,
Crown
Crown
Prinny.
Prinny.
What's up,
Yeah.
Carletta? I forgot. I didn't see you there, dog. What's up? But yeah, I mean, all three of those points, man, that makes sense. Especially number three,
I
not
think
willing
number
to trust and be vulnerable with our mates. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we think that uh our past will influence or mess up what you have with your, with
Yeah,
your present.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And they think that sometimes, if I tell her this, then she ain't gonna like me, or
yeah.
she's gonna use this
This
to
against
hold
me.
against me or whatever when something comes up, maybe that she might do wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
what I'm saying?
But it's hard not.
That's a yeah.
That's a great point, Fuel. It's hard not to do that, right? And I was just talking about this. I think that on both sides, when communicating and understanding, you have to do that.
Mhm,
Because if you don't truly understand it, you're going to keep bringing it up because you never officially got over it.
mhm,
Do you get what I mean? So you never really, like you said, I'm going to your point. You never really
mhm,
understood it in the first place. You were just trying to pass over it.
mhm,
Do you
mhm.
get what I'm saying? Because if you understood it, you wouldn't have brought it back up.
Right, right, exactly.
Do
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
yeah.
But how do we stop? How do we prevent from doing that? Because a lot of times when we get into situations, we shut down
Mhm.
because we feel like we're not being heard.
Well, one thing is asking the question.
Okay.
Asking the question why you feel a certain way. Ask the question of what do you feel make it right, or that's going to make it right, especially for us. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm asking you the question, like maybe say for instance, sometimes you might get a woman that been in an abusive relationship and you do something that kind of reminds her of that relationship, you know. And unless she communicated with you what happened then or whatever, then you don't know that you did something wrong. So if she communicates and says, "Hey, this is what happened to me with such and such or whatever," and you triggered what that was, whatever, then it's on me to be like, "Well, babe, what is it that I need to do to show you that I'm not that person?" You know what I'm saying? What is it that I can show you that you found something better? You know what I mean? In other words, you have to not convince her, but you have to let her understand that you're not the past, and that she don't have to live in the past. So when something happens with just an argument between y'all or whatever, it shouldn't remind her of that past that she already told you about.
But what if it's what if it reminds her because she's still stuck there,
Well, and yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, if she's still stuck there,
right?
that's yeah. If she's
Or
still
vice versa, right?
right, or vice
Yeah.
versa, if you still stuck in the past, and you can't get over that or whatever, then yes, your relationship is going to be complicated.
That's
You know what I'm saying? For however long. You know what I mean? Which it can also cause it to break up.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
And so
yes.
so unless y'all rectify what's going on and get it handled and let them understand like that shit's done. We on some whole new shit, you know what I mean? Then that's the only way it's going to continue to be, to grow,
I
Uh
agree.
and then you're gonna know, of course, you're gonna have problems still, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be those problems.
No,
You
it
see what I'm
should, and I
saying?
think that you will be better equipped to, or better prepared to handle those
Hmm.
problems,
Yeah.
and be able to find solutions faster
Hmm.
when you operate in that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The past is the past, my past, or even not just the past in relationships,
Hmm.
but things we've done to each other in a relationship and that we've talked about and we communicated. Let's move past that as well, right?
Right.
And move forward. And I think that if you can do that, it keeps from people
Yeah.
bringing up things,
Yeah.
right, from past arguments,
Hmm.
but it also gives you an understanding moving forward,
Hmm.
right, on what these triggers are
Yeah.
or what these things are, and you can also make it your job as well to not press those triggers,
Well,
right,
right, right.
and not
Go ahead.
oh yeah, it went dark. And not, basically went dark. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know I was that dark. No,
I don't know what I
uh,
did. I did that.
and
I
not
did that.
yeah,
That's
nice,
all right.
yeah. It threw me off.
I know,
But
right?
yeah, it threw me off. I said,
I
damn,
know,
I
right?
turned dark.
Sorry, y'all, I'm doing the trigger over here. I got the trigger finger over here. um,
But yeah, definitely, just I think that as individuals, we personally make relationships complicated.
right. You guys, let us know what you guys think too. We got a couple of comments, of course, yeah, but we want to know. I mean, are we on the right track here? What we talking about? Me and Fat Boy talking about right now. And basically, what it really breaks down to is it's going to stay complicated until you rectify what the problem is and then move forward. Period. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. But sometimes that is hard to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if I've been bitter about something in the past or whatever, and someone remind me of that or whatever. You know, now I'm not going to be stupid and I'm gonna understand this whatever as growing as a person and in a relationship. Sometimes you know somebody is just a certain way and they're not going to change. You know what I mean? And you cannot get caught up in the fact that you think that you're going to change that person, or are you going to change in order to compromise whatever the hell that she's doing, or doing or whatever. No, it's not going to happen. It's going to make your relationship going to stay complicated until you actually rectify what's actually happening, what's coming, what's going down, and how to move forward from that point. Let me know if I'm wrong. Talk to me. All right, that's what's up. Very true. Until there is understanding, things will
Always
resurface.
resurface.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Carl.
Anyway, man, you got any more on that? You got any more
No,
on that?
absolutely. I'm with that. I think that's the real reason that keeps shit complicated is because we resurface a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. And it comes from not learning how to properly deal with it in our previous relationship.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a behavior.
I got a question,
right?
real quick. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Go ahead.
But my question is, do you let that person go when the relationship is that complicated? When you can't get over, you know what I'm saying? Say like you do have that
That's a
talk.
great point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
You had
great
that
question.
talk or whatever, and you guys can't come to a agreement or a conclusion because it keeps coming up. So obviously it never been, it might have been talked
resolved.
about, but it was
It
never
was never
resolved.
resolved.
And
Absolutely.
it keeps coming up or whatever.
Absolutely.
Do you stay in that relationship or do
I
you just let it go?
I don't think that you can.
Is it hard? Is it easy to let? Is that easy to do though? To let go?
Depending on who you are, Phil. Yeah, I see it. Depending on who you are.
All right, let's go. Let's go here. We got
to the
Janine.
comments.
Janine's in the house.
You want me to read it? Hey, Janine, what's happening?
I do the honors.
You gonna do the honors? Go ahead, brother.
Janine, to piggyback off Fuel, if a person experienced drama from their past, I recommend counseling before entering into a new relationship, or go counseling while in a new relationship. Ooh, nice. Counseling while in the relationship. I think although we were just talking about maybe just letting it go or breaking it up or whatever, the solution, and just like Janine just said, counsel. Go to counseling or whatever, and I think it would help. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if you care and you love that person enough or whatever, and you want to get through this or whatever, then yes, that's kind of like almost the last result to rectify whether you're for each other or not. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, when you go counseling, they're not going to side on,
Yeah.
they're not going to side with you,
No.
but they're going to tell you,
I think
they will tell you though how unhealthy that this relationship is going to be if it's not resolved, right? When sometimes you don't get that from others, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing or whatever. I see you in the.
I'm all in these comments. There's a lot of them. Let me go ahead and jump in here. I agree.
Marshall, shut up,
agree.
Marshall.
It's you, Fuel.
Whatever, Marshall. We don't pay attention to Marshall. Marshall be tripping. But thanks for tapping in, though, Marshall. I appreciate you, man, with your crazy self.
Carletta said, at Janine, I agree. If the relationship is important enough, you should want counseling to try to fix it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
And that's a good fact, because I
like,
didn't think about that at first. You know what I'm saying? The whole counseling part of it. Because that could be serious. I had a relationship like with my daughter's mom, and we were on the whole different page from kind of find out, when we had got married. We was on a whole different page. Although she agreed as to me being in the music business and stuff like that, and although she's very religious or whatever, and felt like the music that I was doing secular, how you call it, secondary or whatever.
Secondary.
Yeah, whatever. Bad music. Sin. Succulate. I don't know if I said it right.
I said yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. But the fact was that she continued to to be with me or whatever up until a certain amount of time. And it's kind of like Lord this, Lord that, and she felt like that she see that she wasn't going to change me, and then that's when things kind of went crazy, whatever. But I cared enough for her to at least go to counseling to make sure that I'm not wrong and she's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just probably something that just wasn't meant or going to happen and me and be. And so basically when we went to counseling, I think she got more upset because the counselor did more kind of like point out things about her that was wrong. You know what I mean? And supposing when she was looking forward for them to point out things about me
you.
that was
Absolutely.
wrong. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So
You
that's
took the question right out of my head.
Right.
And this is for Janine as well, right? What if both parties, right, are experiencing this? You know what I'm saying?
Both parties
and
experiencing what?
Kind of what you're saying, experiencing brokenness or damage. And like you said, they think it's just one party.
It's just one side.
And it's not them.
Yeah.
Right? It's the other party, whether it be the male or the woman. How does that work in counseling? If you don't think you have a problem and the problem is all mine. Does that make you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's the thing. You can't go in counseling thinking that the problem is all you. That's the whole purpose of you going to counseling. You got to go in the mindset, understanding, like, let me try to understand why we're here. Let me understand that, some things that I can be wrong about, some things that you can be wrong about, or whatever. And when you got a neutral partner, neutral person watching or talking to them and seeing the outside as opposed to us trying to be, against each other, and let them decide or let them say what's what it really is.
Instead of you assuming
assuming that you already know what it is. And that now if you're stuck on your ways and you're on some like, I don't care what he say, I don't care what she say, I don't care, I know I'm right or whatever, then that's when you're going to split up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're not only are you not listening to me, you're not even listening to someone, neutral that's neutral, that's basically just hearing this for the first or second time or whatever, and trying to give good advice as how to go about continuing. And you don't want to go forward because you feel like that you were still right. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to, and it's going to cause you to break up. Yeah. But the counseling is a damn good idea.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Great idea. Let's go to that last comment.
Is it on there? I thought I did that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh yeah. That was it. Oh no. Carletta said we didn't get that one. Yeah, we didn't do that one. No. Carletta said I'm only going to have the conversation so many times, but if things keep coming up and it interrupts my peace of mind, it's time to move on.
True.
I agree.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes, we'll fuss and fight or whatever for however long, and understanding that obviously this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit listen, let me tell y'all something. That shit is stressful.
Yeah.
When two people continue to argue about something and one person y'all can't see eye to eye. One person feel like they're right, the other person feels they're right. That shit is just that shit is so negative, chaotic, and because nothing gets resolved. Because one person feels like they were right, the other person feels like they were right, but the situation is not right. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what makes the shit becomes complicated. You know what I mean? It becomes a problem.
Exactly.
So I think that entering on both sides, there has to be a openness, a certain mindset.
Yeah.
Will have you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
you have to be.
When faced with these problems and when resolving these problems.
Yeah.
Because if one feels one way and the other feels the other way, and there's no agreement in the middle, it's still gonna fall apart as well.
Right. And sometimes you guys, sometimes when you go to counseling, they'll give you an exercise. They give you an exercise to go through. And if you're thinking it's like, oh, this is stupid, this is silly, I ain't going through that, I ain't doing all that or whatever, then you don't want to be better. You know what I'm saying? Because those exercises are actually done for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not something that they just throw out there just so you can go and have fun, act stupid with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's done for a reason. Sometimes it might seem stupid, it might seem crazy, but then in the long run, you'll see that the fact that by doing this exercise, I understand you better than I thought I did. You know what I'm saying? Or you understand me now better than what we thought it is. And now we're going on to move forward because now that other shit is behind us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part. So understand that, you guys, and that was a good point. Marshall, I'm not gonna read what you just said because you said something about my daughter again. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, what did he say? So you know he always says something stupid, man. Yeah,
let me see. Let me see what Marshall say.
Uh,
Marshall said, even
ever since I got a second lobotomy, I'm much better. I'd be a great match for your daughter. I'm gonna beat your ass, boy.
Marshall gonna whoop your ass, boy. We gonna whoop your ass.
No,
Marshall.
right? That's his niece. Go ahead. What Janine said.
Janine said, I would say they should go once a week. Oh, you gonna go? Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
I would say they should go once a week together and once a week separately until they are individually healed. It's all about what's beneficial for the relationship.
True that. And that's exactly how some counselors, the right counselors, would set it up like that. You know, you go one time, whatever, she go by one time, then they all come together. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing, whatever. And that works because what the counselor do is kind of dissect what is going on with you besides this person. You know what I'm saying? And then this vice versa. What's going on with him besides this person, whatever. And then how do we make this come together and see how, because now the counselor understands what you're going through and then what she's going through. And then putting that all together or whatever, when y'all both there, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like he has the remedy, the exercise, the whatever to say, "Hey, well, try this, you know. But then the thing sometimes was, and don't get me wrong, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes basically some people are bold headed and don't feel that that's the right thing,
work.
right? You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a good place of y'all relationship, y'all want it to work or whatever, it's really gonna work. You know what I mean? So, man, this is some good advice, man. We on some shit right here tonight, dog. But anybody else? Let's see what else we got. We good?
We good.
Good. All right.
It's my favorite time of the show. Or yeah.
All right, we appreciate you checking us, commenting, you guys, on this.
Yeah, great
that was
Janine.
good. Y'all made some good points. All of y'all, Janine, everybody but Marshall, stupid ass.
I like this.
Marshall got me cursing.
I like this.
Facebook
I like
user.
This question.
Hold on, Facebook user. We got one. Hold on.
I like this question because I think it changes things as well. Are we going to counseling as boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife? Lakeisha Avery.
What's up, Lakeisha? It depends. No, you can go as boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, because if you're in it for the long haul,
okay,
with that person, which means potentially a future with each other as husband and wife, it's good to even actually have it now.
Yeah.
If y'all on that page, if y'all in that, you know what I'm saying? If y'all feel stuck, you know what I mean? You go ahead and have it right now. Have those things taken care of, because if you feel stuck, as opposed to prolonging it for 6, 7, 8 more months or whatever, it might be something that maybe y'all not even really compatible and it will break up. Or it would be so understanding to the point where, damn, we can build on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. Don't get me wrong. It could go either way. But as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it can actually sometimes if you're really liking that person enough to feel like that might be your future, you know what I mean? Then yes, I would say recommend, because it's just this one little thing that's kind of keeping y'all from going further than what y'all wanted to go. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think that is it possible that doing it, because I'm just kind of piggybacking off what you said, you think that doing it before while girlfriend and boyfriend will prevent you having to do it while husband and wife?
Well, not to say
not necessarily prevent, but you may get some things or learn how to resolve some issues as boyfriend and girlfriend. So by the time you guys do get married, that you already know how to do that.
But basically,
you get what I mean?
Well, but basically, as a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation is going on at the end, when you get married, that same issue shouldn't be when y'all was boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Right?
The issue should be something maybe different as a marriage or whatever that you don't understand or feel like whatever in order to grow within that marriage. But as boyfriend and girlfriend, if you went early or whatever, you might not even have to get to that point. You might not have to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I was just saying, if you start practicing that as boyfriend and girlfriend, that I think the chances of you having those same issues as husband and wife,
right? It
shouldn't be, right?
No, you shouldn't have
worked out
because it's already worked out. That's why y'all end up going husband and wife. No, that's how y'all got to be a husband and wife because y'all worked that out or whatever, and now y'all on a daggone uphill slope. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that there's not going to be any challenges in marriages and relationships.
Of course not. We're not.
I think
We're
that
not
you
saying
will
that.
be better equipped to resolve those.
You'll better be equipped or whatever. You have a better understanding of your mate. Basically, really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know, you have a better understanding of your mate or whatever that you probably feel like that you didn't have or whatever as a as a boyfriend and girlfriend. You know,
I feel like
that type of thing.
Now, one thing I will say, this is kind of off topic, but I feel like for men it's kind of hard.
Why?
For us to.
All right, here we go. Here this nigga go. All right.
No, I'm talking about just
kind of hard. How?
I'm not saying not counseling. I'm just saying for someone to understand us.
To understand us?
Get what I'm trying to say by that?
I a little bit. Give me some more. What do you mean? Give me an example.
Just emotionally, understanding that we handle emotions different, and a lot of the reason why men shut down is because we feel like we're not being heard. And a big thing for counseling for men, right, is you're entering in this counseling, and what if you're just not being heard, right? Because she may have an issue with something, and you're trying to tell her why she has an issue or that, you get what I mean? And you're not being heard. And I think for men, it's a big way or an easy way for us to shut down because we just don't feel like we're being heard.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, though. That's the point. I mean, the whole point is this: is.
And I said
what do you do?
For
no, but what do you do?
For a woman to be heard because she knows how to properly articulate her emotions.
Okay.
With a man, it's kind of harder for him to articulate his emotions. Not all men.
Okay.
Some men are good at it, but I'm just saying for the most. I'm just being.
Well, then that's but like we said, when it comes to articulating your emotions and stuff like that or whatever, sometimes you can get that through the counselor. You know what I mean? Because maybe you can't get it through just her, or you don't know how to bring it out. Maybe there's something that they can say to trigger the way that you say something, the way that you tell someone a certain thing or whatever, or whatever that case may be. So that's the whole point of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had all the answers, there wouldn't be no counseling. We don't need no counseling. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, you know what I'm saying, there's ways that you can talk to someone, and maybe, the way that you're saying something to them, even though you feel like you're not being heard and you said it, is because maybe how you said it. You know what I mean? So that's where some people actually get mixed up or whatever. And to our comment, she said counseling should be no. That's why. Wait a minute, no. Yeah, we got a lot more before. Let me go back up.
I sparked some shit. Then
it was up here. Oh yeah, okay, Lakeisha. So Lakeisha said, bump that. I don't want to spend $200 an hour to realize we should have been broke up 3 years ago. You know what? But you know what?
Kizzy, though.
First of all, your ass shouldn't have went 3 years before you went to counseling.
No, for sure.
Because obviously you was having problems or whatever before then or whatever, and that should have been resolved or tried to be resolved before then or whatever. But I do get your point or whatever. You don't want to pay, but if you in love with that person and you really want it to work and you want it to grow, that money don't mean shit. You just go ahead and get it done. You know what I mean? And if you find out that that's the answer that you needed in order to move forward and find your right mate, then that's what you need to do. You know what I mean? But unless you can figure it out yourself and say you don't need to be with that person, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all not communicating right, y'all not understanding each other, blah blah blah. Then you break up. Don't waste $200. But if you're in love and you feel like this is your soulmate, this is your person, this is the one that you want to be with, or whatever, and this is your future, then yeah, the last results of that would be trying to have some sort of counseling or whatever to get an understanding from because you can't understand what he's saying, she can't understand what she's saying, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing, that back and forth thing or whatever. You just need that neutral set of ears or whatever to be and don't get this wrong. Sometimes a counselor can be somebody in your family too. Somebody could be that makes sense. Somebody that you know that has a strong marriage, a strong foundation, and stuff like that, or whatever, that could give y'all good advice.
Sound
so
advice.
you don't have to pay $200.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that can happen as well. So anyway, but that was a good one though. I like
That was hilarious.
I like that.
was
We had a lot of them coming up after that.
yeah.
Are we going?
Let's go.
Let's see. Are we going to counseling as? Oh, we already got
Yeah,
that.
we got that one now.
This. Depending on what the relationship was built on from the beginning. Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is on the beginning. Here you go. Oh,
Are you ready?
Yeah, go you.
Janine said that's why you go by yourself, so you won't feel that way at Fat Boy.
At Fat Boy.
Okay.
right.
Okay, I understand that.
Let's go.
All
Nick said counseling should be available at any time, any day, before, during, after, as long as is agreed upon. Therapy used to look at as bad. Shit, not no more. True.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. And it's not bad. You
Help
know what I'm
somebody
saying?
get to talk about these problems.
What you say?
Men are horrible at communicating.
That is true. We are horrible.
Because our whole lives, and this is just being real shit, our whole lives, the fact that showing emotion has been ripped through us since we were little boys, right? We've been told since we were little boys that crying is a girl thing. Showing emotions is a girl thing. So we've been shut down for our emotions since we were 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
You get me?
Sometimes,
you grow that shit. You grow with that shit. That shit lives with you.
Yeah.
And then you get into it with these women, and she's like, be emotional. And you like, I don't even know how to be emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start.
Our thing of being emotional growing up is anger.
Absolutely, that's what I'm gonna say.
Our thing sometimes when we express ourselves, we're trying to be emotional about what we're talking about, but it's anger that comes out with it. And it's not what we say, sometimes it's how we say it. And sometimes it comes out aggressive, and sometimes it come out with anger, when actually we have to learn to be to say things in a more calm and more rectifying way, to where she can understand, she can talk or whatever, and not only that, can respond. Sometimes we talk to the point where we don't want no response. We just want to get off the chest what the hell we want to say. You know what I mean? So that part or whatever. So yes, I get what you're saying. We grow up or whatever, not understanding that, what we say, how we say things, how we properly say things. Exactly.
Process our emotions, how to articulate our emotions, what to even do with our emotions.
Yeah.
Because for so long, the idea of emotions has been we've only been able to express the idea of emotions only through anger, like Phil said. And so that becomes complicated. That becomes controversial in itself, because then that's what makes men so goddamn abusive as well.
She said, which one of us was married? That would have been me. I was the one that had been married very shortly.
Who asked
that? Facebook user. And I don't know if that's still what's Facebook user, is that still what's her name? What was it? Lakeisha. Was that you, Lakeisha, asking that? Which one of us been married? Anyway, yes, I have been married for less than a year. I'm gonna let it out there. Look, you know what? And because of counseling, though, is where we figured out that it just wasn't going to work. We were on 2 different pages. We was on 2 different lifestyles. Focus. You know what I mean? And the fact is, and we had just had a baby at the time. That's when my daughter was born. You know what I mean? And I felt like that I wanted to go through this to make it work. You know what I'm saying? I cared about her. I loved her enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Which was, she's still, a person that I loved or whatever, because we still remain close friends. You know what I'm saying? And just basically handle business. And we didn't interfere with each other's lives. You know what I'm saying? As far as except for taking care of our kids. You know, that was it. That was the only thing or whatever that basically we had to do to keep the peace, stay together, or whatever. We just ended up great friends. You know what I mean? And sometimes it happens like that. You know, would I have wanted to be, married and the family thing? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. But we couldn't go through it miserable. You know, I couldn't go through it fussing about who I am, what I am, or whatever, and you fussing about who I should be and what I should be. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. It didn't work. So I'm the one that was married, and I've experienced that type of thing, and I have went to counseling for it, and found out that even though, and just like you said before, we were together for 3 years before we even got married, 2 years before we got married. You know what I mean? Then that last year, whatever, we had the counseling and found out this just ain't working, and it took that much. It took it of someone from the outside to make us understand that. You know what I mean? So that's the answer your question. I think that was Lakeisha. I hope
Yeah, that was
Marshall. I bet you fare different when I make you
wow.
I swear, Marshall, man. I'm gonna have you come to the studio just so I can whoop your ass.
On camera.
Sometimes on camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes the issue ain't even us. It's messed with drugs and
We drug in with us.
Huh? Oh, here. My bad. Go ahead.
Sometimes the issue ain't even us. I'm guessing
That's what I was guessing too.
It's mess we drug in with us, and I
Yeah.
agree too.
Yes,
I
yes.
agree.
It is.
Bag lady, man.
Exactly.
Men have baggage. I want to get into this one.
Yeah.
She said nag, crying, nah. She said
Nah.
Crying and communication is different. You can go cry in a car, but I need you to talk. Tell me what it is, not have me guessing.
True.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but that's a great point. I agree with that. But if I don't know how to properly articulate my emotions,
Right.
it's like Charlie Brown. Like I deal with this a lot. Like I have to turn the Charlie Brown off because once I hear some shit I don't like, I immediately go wah 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 wah.
Right.
Because that's how I protect my feelings.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to because I'm so used to not being heard, the way that I protect my feelings is by just shutting you out. And so it's not necessarily about the crying part. It's about how to articulate the emotions to keep from crying.
Exactly.
And I think that
Right.
with women, what you guys don't understand is that is our biggest issue. It's we could tell you what's wrong with us, but we don't know how to properly say it without saying it through anger.
Yeah.
So a lot of times men be quiet, right? To avoid from
being angry or
reacting
saying it
angry,
accurate. Yes,
angry,
coming off the wrong way.
because it can come off the wrong way,
Exactly.
especially when we're not being heard.
Exactly. Or feel like
Or
that we
feel
feel
like
like
we're
we're
not
not being
being
heard.
heard.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times it could just be a feeling, right? And you're not hearing them hear you,
Exactly.
right?
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh
you're
no,
so
because
used to
you
so
got in
used
your
to,
head
yeah,
that you're not even
yeah,
hearing whatever even
absolutely.
the responses are.
Charlie Brown.
You know,
Wah,
exactly.
wah, 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 wah.
Exactly.
Real
That boy has
talk.
come a long way. Congrats. That's
Thank
what
you.
Facebook users said.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You misspelled us. Yeah, you did. Okay. Andrew, Drew's in the house. What's up, big
Drew?
bro? You late, man?
Fish.
With the relationship, I've always been an intentional. Wait a minute. Always been an intentional. A man must listen, hear a woman out, support her aspiration and desires, and if you don't know what they are, help her find out. Communicate is key. Yes, you hit it right on the point, Fish. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? You know, you married, you got a wife, you got a girl, so you know what I'm saying. You know all that stuff.
That married game. Yeah, that was married man.
Yeah, that's what's up. We got people coming in kind of late, don't we?
I'm never getting married again.
I am forever misunderstood.
Forever misunderstood.
That's my boy Buck. Yeah, man. I share the same. I share the same thing, man. You know, but I never say never. I never say never. You know what I mean? Because it's the right ones out there. You know what I'm saying? The right ones out there.
She's there for you.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, we getting a lot.
Yeah, it's showed up.
Did I do this one already?
Yeah.
I did.
No. That's a good one too.
Keisha. Oh. Go ahead. Y'all making us go overtime now, man. Y'all coming in all late and
Be
stuff.
intentional, love each other regardless of flaws. Take the good with the bad. Silence is just as bad as coming off the wrong way. Women often confuse anger with being direct and loud. No cap.
Yeah, and that is they
real
will
shit. Good game.
because
Hey,
because
Fish.
no, that's a good point
Come on,
though.
Fish.
But it's a good
Real
point.
talk.
But the thing is that's where we have to learn though, because
Yeah.
we already know that's how they're gonna take it. You know what I mean? So then, how do we switch that up and change it?
How
And
do we
like
switch our delivery?
basically, yes, to be able to let them know that it's not anger and I'm not loud, you know, and I'm not trying to be too loud. Something's in here. You know, and I'm not trying to be loud with it or whatever, because that's what we're used to doing. As a man, we feel like we gotta boast, we gotta, you know, have our chest out and be like, oh, this is this, that, whatever, you know what I mean? But you know, when they like we said before, when we doing stuff like that, you know what's going on, they not here, you know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
Because they're kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
I made my point
Charlie
or whatever,
Brown.
you know,
Right,
and nigga, I'm not hearing you with all this angry and holler and shit like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So we got to learn, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's a good point, man. Yeah.
Fat Boy, I think that all plays a part in knowing your partner. For me, when I pay attention to my mate, I learn to understand how they communicate. I absolutely
Learn to understand how they communicate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you have to be, to do that, Carletta, you're very attentive. I don't think a lot of people are attentive like that, especially women to men. Right? Because men are so, and Fish, you may agree or disagree with this. Because men are so, I want to say, closed in.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to bring this home. Yeah,
talk to me.
Because men are so closed in, you have to pay attention to us. But a woman may not necessarily know how to do that, or think that she has to do that. And then that goes to us not being heard, and then us shutting down as well. So I say that to say with that, Carletta, that's a special trait to have, right? Because not all women even know how to be attentive to men, because they've never been taught that. And so they don't know how to look at how he communicates or what triggers him when he communicates, because it's supposed to be vice versa.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. But to understand too, though.
Great point though.
Yeah, but to understand too, though, is not understanding, not giving the attention, understand the intentions of what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? So if my intentions is to resolve a problem, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when she has to understand and try to listen and pay attention to what I'm saying. You know, because I'm trying to solve the problem. My intention is not for us to continue to argue however long. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, if she's giving me the attention that I need to actually solve this problem, you know what my intentions is to solve the problem, then that's where the conversation is. And the conversation is not going to come off anger, because now I know I got her attention. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the whole, you know, that's really what it comes down to. Being to shit, did I did that one? Yep. I think Fat Boy needs you stupid, man. I think Fat Boy needs a blanket and thumb sucking like Linus to mellow him out. You stupid.
No.
Man, we got never say
Never say never.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's what I said. But then you'll be miserable, and then so was she. How do y'all get in a relationship but scared to commit and communicate?
Yeah, that's just how men are. And what I mean by it,
because no, it's not how it is. It's just kind of, it forms in that way. It starts in that.
How you come
in.
Yeah.
It just kind of
answering a question.
Right.
That's just we
we're not
funny
scared
like
to
that.
Yeah.
We funny like that. I think that Carletta hit it on the head. When we find a woman that is attentive to us enough to understand how to communicate with us, we're more open to communication.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times when women communicate with men, y'all communicate with us the wrong way and vice versa.
Right.
And so a lot of times it makes us shut down
Yeah.
because we're afraid of vulnerability. And so you got to understand that if he's afraid of vulnerability, then the way you communicate with him is different.
Yeah.
You have to address him on his vulnerability.
Yeah.
And get him to understand that the lack of vulnerability is the reason why we have these issues here.
Yeah.
But if you're going straight at him and attacking him, you get what I'm saying?
Well,
about
right.
his emotions,
Exactly.
you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
about the lack thereof of emotions, then you are not, like Carletta said, paying true attention to where the real problem is coming from.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
that's true.
that's just we weird like that. Weird men are kind of we weird.
While you being all soft, she ain't listening. She thinking about what she's wearing tomorrow and what she's
No,
ordering
you got to
for
be
Amazon next week.
direct.
Yeah. And it's not even the fact of being soft, whatever, you know. And that's like what Fat Boy was saying. Sometimes y'all take it as us being, you know, or we're afraid to make you think that we're being soft because we're trying to emotionally tell what is, you know, what the problem is, or trying to rectify the problem, whatever. And it's like I said, even though if I'm not arguing with you about it, or if I'm not coming out hard and loud at you about it, whatever, and like, babe, this is what we need to talk about. You know, let me know what you feel about this. What you know what I'm saying? There's a tone, there's a way to say things or whatever, and there's certain dialect that you use to when you actually trying to resolve a problem in your relationship. Period. You know what I mean? And so that doesn't make you soft. That don't make you hard. That just make you understand so you can grow your relationship. That's all it is. It's a whole understanding, and you shouldn't be called hard or soft in regards to trying to figure that out. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Right.
That's my point, and I'm sticking with it.
Men tend to be very guarded with their emotions.
Yeah, we said.
I agree.
We have. Some men just lack period. Yeah, that too.
Yep. For sure.
You are correct. You are correct, bro. Yes, never been taught. It's so frustrating having to teach them how to love you.
Whew.
True.
Whew.
True.
Hey.
True. But sometimes
Hey,
you have
Fish.
to. No, but sometimes you have to. You have
You
to.
hit the nail on the head right
Yeah.
there.
And sometimes you have to. You have to
I
teach
mean,
them.
if she's for you.
If she's for
And
you,
it's-
and she's going to
and y'all
understand,
evenly
and if
yoked.
she's listening, yeah, and she's actually listening or whatever, then yes, you know what I'm saying?
But
You pretty much have
It's
to.
hard to get her to listen or understand when she has a perception though, too.
Mhm.
You know? So we gotta look at that side of it too. Some women, like men, enter relationships with a certain perception and ideology as well.
Right.
Go ahead.
My bad. I keep pushing the camera. At Fat Boy, where that name come from? Did you use to be big, Lakeisha Avery? Yes,
I'm big.
I can answer that.
I'm big.
Yeah,
now.
he used to be big.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
used to be a little chubby.
he used to be a little chubby. He
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah. I
Go
done
ahead.
lost a lot of weight. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been working. Yeah, no, I used to be a little chubby, but it was actually a name I kind of gave myself. Me and my brother when we ran the street, that was like my nickname. So yeah.
I got a question. If a woman is open book and man acts like he understands and still is hiding of his own vocal cords, what do you do? Ooh, shit. Man, y'all just gonna make us go overtime for real, ain't y'all? Did you get that? She said, if a woman is open book and a man acts like he understands and still is hiding of his own vocal cords, what do you do? Well, that's when you, for one,
I
to
think
answer your
Carletta
question.
said it. Intentions.
Yeah.
Intentional.
Well, yeah.
And
You
your
you
approach.
when you're open book and the other person is with you and they say they understand, or they actually understanding and by action, you know what I'm saying? Because that's basically when someone says they understand something, they take action as to what it is to trying to resolve the problem or what it is to help. You know what I mean? But if they're just saying they understand, but they constantly, you see they're not understanding. I mean, you see that they're not, acting on what you're basically trying to be open about. You know what I mean? And need or whatever. obviously you one need either counseling or two, that person ain't for you.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because you don't have to go 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 years of that of you more so feel like you're being the open one.
Right.
The one that feel like the children, you know what I'm saying? And you're not receiving what you actually putting out.
Yeah, great.
You know what I'm saying? And when you how long do you go before you say I'm fed up
Yeah, fair exchange
and
is
find
no robbery.
someone that's actually going to appreciate you for what you are, what you're doing, what you got, what y'all want to have together and be on the same page. How far and how long do you do that? Now, when you love somebody and you care for someone enough or whatever, yes, you will try to get some sort of counseling so that person can understand because they say they understand, but unless they hear from someone else, they might not get it. And they're not take those actions until they hear from somebody else. So that's what you have to actually get yourself and put yourself into or whatever. And before you continue to keep going forward with this relationship that's going nowhere. Because when I say going nowhere, yes, y'all might stay together for however long. Y'all might pay a few bills here and this here. But the point is this, you're not happy. And if you're not happy, eventually it's going to break up. It's just a matter of time or how long. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. And then you're going to look back and be like, damn, I wasted 3 or 4 years of my fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. That's real talk. You know what I mean? So I hope you got that. Sorry I'm late. It's been a rough what's that say? Cooping with the loss. Oh man.
Oh, sorry.
Carolyn, cooping with the loss of my mom.
Sorry
Oh
about
yeah,
that,
I remember you was telling us, but she told us about her mom passed away a while back or whatever. You're still coping with that, man. We sorry, our condolences, but we do appreciate you come tapping in though. We appreciate it. We got a lot more comments, you guys, but we gotta go. We gotta get to this daggone dear brothers and sisters because we run out of time and y'all start commenting late. But I love it, we love it, or whatever. But we gotta keep on going. All right, so we got.
Hey, mom said, "Hey, fired up family."
What's up, moms? I thought she was here already. Was she? I thought. Oh, my wife was supposed to go to the window and Macy's in different outfit every day. Stupid. That
My
was
next wife will be posted up in the window at Macy's in a different outfit every day. Buck ass is crazy.
Getting off cheap, nigga.
Yeah, no, for real.
All right, man. We about to get into dear brother, dear sisters, you guys. I hope you guys can hear this question. If y'all can't, let us know it's here. We're gonna repeat it so y'all can comment on it. All right. So here we go. Talk to him, fat boy, about how the.
Hey man, this is my favorite part of the show. Y'all know that, man. This is dear brother, dear sister. If y'all have a dear brother, dear sister, make sure y'all send a audio clip no longer than a minute to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. And I want you to title it dear brother or dear sisters and give us some questions. And I mean, give us y'all questions. You know what I mean? And ladies, I'm calling on y'all. I need some dear sisters for the ladies. Brothers, I need dear brothers for the fellas. I need y'all to go ahead and send them again. Make sure you get them to what's that?
No, then we're gonna get right after this commercial.
Right after this commercial, we're going to dear brother, dear sister. We'll be right back.
Fired Up Broadcasting, the place to be for your video recording and voiceover needs. Want to be a podcaster? You can rent this beautiful studio space for a low and reasonable price. We have dynamic lighting to set the tone, on-site engineer, fully equipped with top-of-the-line quality video recording, and more. So make your appointment now by emailing firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. See you soon.
Man, make sure y'all come in here and get some of that money, man. Get some of this time, man. Yeah. So make sure y'all sit it out, man. You ready?
Start out with good morning, beautiful, and do all the cute things like opening the door, flowers. Then it stops once you get comfortable. Why?
One more time.
Dear brothers, why are y'all not consistent with the showing love? You start out with good morning, beautiful, and do all the cute things like opening the door, flowers, then it stops once you get comfortable. Why?
Great question. Great question. Well, you want to say that? She said, dealers, why do you stop doing the little things when you get comfortable? Showing love, right? Stop showing love. She said, why do you stop showing love in a relationship once you become comfortable? Like the flowers and, opening up the door and things like that. I will tell you, I'll give you a direct answer. I think because you ladies don't keep us honest.
Ooh. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You feel like because they don't
You allow us to get comfortable.
No. We allow ourselves.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me
comfortable.
tell you why I say that. This is men you have to kind of, y'all gotta be honest. You know what I mean?
No. I'm gonna have to disagree with you because it shouldn't be
I'm
on
telling
them.
you why.
It shouldn't be no why.
No, she asked the question. I'm answering her question. I'm answering her question.
All right, why?
I'm answering the question.
I'm disagreeing, but go ahead. Why?
I said I feel like in the beginning of relationships, you have to set a certain tone and standard that doesn't allow a man to get comfortable. Because a man will get comfortable. And if you allow him to get comfortable, if you see him slacking up on the flowers and you don't say nothing, it's acceptance. Silence is acceptance. And for men, we only do what you allow us to do. That's what I meant. Now, should it be on her? No. But she asks why.
No. Yeah.
And so I'm telling you why.
This is the thing.
Because you guys.
You can ask. She can ask why, and you just answered it. You did. That's a good answer. You got it. That's a good answer. Why? But the point is that we should not be in the space of not doing those things continuously.
Of course.
We should not be, you know what I'm saying? Now, and one of the reasons that you didn't mention is why, and I will tell you why I would think, why people don't do it is one, like you said, they get comfortable. They get comfortable with the relationship or whatever the case would be, and they accept that, and they let it go on or whatever. The other thing is sometimes when a relationship is going for so long, you might not have that same feeling as you did at the beginning. Because at the beginning of a relationship, you're excited. It's that beginning way you're happy. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby. That's, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And then once y'all actually been together for so long, it's kind of like, well, what's up, babe? What's up? What you need? Or, you know what I mean? It's just, everything just changes or whatever because that excitement from the very beginning is not the same. And that happens with a lot of people. It's not the same at the very beginning. When with me, I would think is because if I like when I call a woman gorgeous and I say good morning, gorgeous, that's like a thing in my language that I basically will use every time that we're together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, that's how I feel about you. If I feel about you then at the beginning, I'm feel about you that in 10 years, 5 years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. But that's not always the case because the relationship changes, the directions of the relationship may have changed or whatever. The conversations that y'all had or whatever may water down the relationship to the point where he feel like he don't have to be that no more.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what, So I get, don't say I don't think I didn't agree what you were saying. Yeah. I was just basically there's that and some.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think that mainly y'all men are finicky creatures, y'all. Pressure does two things to us. It either breaks us or molds us into the diamonds. So we need.
Nick said chivalry is not extent. Some women make it too comfortable for them. That's true.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They that's what that Fat Boy just said. Exactly.
You have to women. You have to make it. You have to make it challenging for a man. If you don't make it challenging for him, he will become complacent.
What do you mean make it? You have to make it
not make it challenging far as hard for him to be in a relationship with you. But also, you have to give him, you have to have standards. Meaning you have to make it challenging. You have to make sure that he knows that I like my door open. Don't change up, nigga.
Right,
open my door up.
But basically, that's
you get what I'm saying?
communication.
That's what I
you gotta
mean by
be able
challenging him. You got to be on him. And you know what? When you said it, shit, I ain't opened her door in about a week.
Right.
Because we get caught up. We get
caught up and be like, open the door yourself.
Human. You know what I'm saying? We human.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean by making it challenging for him.
Yeah.
Always communicating and letting him know when he slacks. Because I think that a lot of times
that is a good point, though.
Don't communicate the fact that we're actually slacking.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then you be like, he's slacking. And he don't even know he's slacking.
True.
But he just like, oh shit. Then when you tell him, he like, oh, I ain't open this woman door.
Right.
But then once you
sometimes
have
they
that
feel like that they should make it that we should naturally already have
know
that or whatever.
And it's
but
not
then sometimes in within a relationship, you know, a lot of things is going through a man's mind.
Absolutely.
A lot of things probably even going through your mind or whatever. But the thing is, you know, unless you kind of like if you enjoy that thing and that was one of the things that got you whatever, then you gotta keep it. You gotta you gotta say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know he might have felt like that he was just doing the thing or whatever the case would be, and that was temporarily okay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But if you kind of like but you kind of like oh nigga, don't be switching up on me now. You know what I'm saying? You know you gotta let them know. You gotta let us know.
It keeps us. Once again, it keeps us honest.
That's true.
Because it's like, oh shit, and then you're able to see if he really still feel the same way. Because once you let him know what he did and he corrects it, then you know, okay, this is my keeper. But then if you let him know and he don't correct it, then it's more than complacency.
Right.
That's his way.
Yeah. Because they aren't being real from the beginning. The real from the start is if she doesn't like it, let her bounce. Be real from the start, and if she doesn't like it, let her bounce. Yeah.
Sure.
If you was being real from the start,
for
if
sure,
you was like doing all that stuff, and then just to get her, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Destiny Myers, thanks. Carolyn said, "Fat boy," and then Nick said, "I don't like flowers. It's known, so I don't get them. But he does open doors. Nowadays, women act like men do to society. So ladies, say it again. Men do to society. So ladies, do you get that?
I don't.
I'm not sure if I got that.
Clear that up for me, Nick.
But he does not. But he does open doors. Nowadays, women act like men do. Men do. But I'm not. I'm
in
not
society,
really.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
Yeah. Oh shit. You should check out this. Who's this? Fitness, whatever. What do you say?
I like that.
They can't afford their representatives anymore.
No, for real. Shit expensive. Shit expensive, y'all.
Right.
It's so expensive to keep up. I think Fish said some real.
Oh shit, we gotta keep
up. Yeah, we gotta go.
All right. Ain't no standards. We who are in hope is good enough. That goes for both of y'all. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna show you every day who I am. Real 100. That's true. You know what I'm saying? That's why keep it real. I don't know who this is. Fitness thing. Here, let's go ahead. We're gonna get this, and then we're gonna get to the next one. Go ahead.
What you want? Be challenging? Did she stay after she realized the real him presented himself? That'd be the real problem. Absolutely.
Did she say? Did she stay after she realized?
Absolutely. And hey, ladies, that's a great point. That also make it hard for men to show who they really are as well.
Oh yeah. Because if you stayed with them and then
you might leave. So a lot of times we be real guarded with how we feel too, because we're not sure if you're gonna stay if we give you the real us as well.
That's a good point.
Great point.
All right, guys, we got one more.
Yeah.
We got one more, dear brother, you guys, and I think
right.
this is actually for both brothers and sisters. So all of y'all can comment on this one. All right, let us know. All right, here we go.
This is a unisex question. Dear brother and dear sister, has your past relationship hurt you from bonding in your future relationship?
Absolutely.
This is a unisex question. Dear brother and dear sister, has your past relationships hurt you from bonding in your future relationships?
Oh, dear brother, dear sisters, have your past relationships what you say affected your bonding with the with your new mate, with your new relationship? So has your past experience trauma affected the way that you bond in the relationship that you're in? Which is an amazing question. Yes, absolutely.
You said yes?
Yeah. Yes. I think we all do.
Yeah.
And unless you truly healed yourself. But I think a lot of time we say we healed or we think we worked on some things and we carry small things into the relationship with us. And I think that's for men and women. And these small things that you carried in from the relationship may not be a big deal, right? But you create by carrying them into your new relationship, they can become a big deal in your new relationship because it's a pet peeve of yours.
A pet peeve.
Or it's already an issue of yours and you're not really truly communicating that, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if it's a red flag, it's a red flag.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And when you have that red flag and ignore it, you know what I'm saying? Because you had it before, you know what I mean, you've seen it before, you ignore it, and then come to find out it's just like what it was before. You know what I mean? And then you go into another relationship, you thinking, you looking, consciously, you looking for that red flag.
You're looking for
You
it.
know what I'm saying? And that's when that person that you're with, and you have to realize that person that you're with is different. You know what I'm saying? Even though they might have done something that somebody else has done before in the past, whatever, you know, you gotta it could been done for a different reason, for a different, aspect or something like that, a different dialogue behind it or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's not the same, but we do carry that in from our past, you know what I'm saying? And we do, sometimes do we get over it? I think we can only get over it with the right person,
Absolutely.
with the right woman.
And this is
You know
why
what
I
I'm saying?
tell
A
people
lot of women don't, everybody, sometimes we feel like, that we stand stuck with it or whatever. But sometimes if you stuck with it is because of that person and what they lead and what they keeping you stuck with.
I have a question. Do you ever really get over a tragic experience? Huh?
Do you ever
Do
get
you
over?
ever get over a tragic experience? So because I hear we say these things like I'm over it or
Mhm.
I got over it. I healed from that.
Do you really
Do
actually
you
really heal?
really heal from it? Because it always affects you.
Mhm.
Or do you heal just enough so where you can get through your day to day? Because it always affects you. It's a trauma.
But it's a
Do you get what
trauma,
I'm
but
saying?
it's
It
who you
stays
with
with
though
you.
too.
I agree with that. What
It's
I'm
who you
saying,
with
but
because
doesn't it stay with you?
unless it only stays with you if it's constantly brought up, if it's triggered. You know what I'm saying? And if you with that person that triggers it, you know what I mean? But if you're not with a person that even remotely don't even think about
It's not going to be an
but
issue.
it's not
I
going
get
to
what
be
you're
an
saying.
issue.
I
You
get
see
that
what I'm
part.
saying?
Okay, for sure.
But sometimes you will run into somebody that triggers that same thing or whatever, and you'll be like, "Oh hell no," you know. And then that's when this conversation is going to start coming up or whatever, and then you're going to have these issues with each other or whatever, unless she's there to understand and say, "Hey, I'm not her." You know what I mean? And basically what I did was, because of this, not because of that or whatever, to try to let me understand, communicate
Yeah.
to understand
Oh,
that
yeah.
this is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Because although I was looking for the same thing and it just kind of something triggered it and I'm thinking the same thing, it might not be. You know what I mean? So it all depends on that person that you basically with. And sometimes the person that you're with, and if that's the right person for you, they're not going to trigger those same traumatic issues that you might have had before.
Great
You know
point.
what I mean?
Okay.
And that's the point of being with that
Yeah.
other person. So you don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we got, Curly? It may affect
Oh, where you at?
Facebook user.
Facebook said it may affect you in so many different ways, mentally, physically, spiritually. That's a touch and go for me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it is. Yeah, it is a touch and go, and that's kind of why I feel like it's more so of who you with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes either that person that you're with can help you get through that
Or they could
and
keep
show
sending
you
you through.
something different. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or whatever, to where you're not even. It's not going to be an issue anymore. You just never know. You know, that's basically how it was. Uh, you can be healed, or you're on your own. Oh, here. Truth. It's about not ignoring the red flags. Exactly. Who was that? I missed that.
That was
That was Buck. Yeah, exactly. But Nick said you cannot heal on your own unless you take the time to do so. Learn how to know yourself first before the next. That's
I
a true
agree.
fact as
Great,
well.
great
That's a
point.
true fact as well.
Great.
Get this. Oh,
I don't think so, because if a situation surpasses, it will bring those emotions back. I agree.
right.
I
It will.
agree. But like Phil said, like if that it's depending on the person that you with.
Yeah.
Because the person if you with, if they truly for you, they won't keep sending you back through those traumas.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Great point.
My truth. I haven't healed, but I am working on me with my mate. So I am learning my flaws as well as his. Pray for us.
All right.
We always
Yes, we
praying for
always
y'all.
praying for y'all. No, for real. But and I think
We
that's
are.
what you
We
kind
are.
of gotta do. And I think that we have to be open to understand that we're entering these relationships with people who are flawed.
Yeah.
And I think that we can't use our past experience and compare or try to identify those same red flags in our
Right.
new relationship, because people are going to have similar flaws.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
just that doesn't mean that that person is the same. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think we got to kind of understand that we're entering a relationship
Yeah.
with flaws
Yeah.
on both sides, and we have to understand each other's flaws, accept each other's flaws, and change the ones that we can.
Right. 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 Did I freeze on what's the name? You guys on Facebook? I feel like look like I froze or something. But anyway, before we leave, we about to get out of here, you guys. We appreciate you guys'
Love it.
comments, man. It was
Great
lovely. It was
show.
lovely. Real quick, I seen there was Cedric Mail. I see you. You was on there. I see you. Simon. Is it Aranzi?
Oh, Big O, what's up, Big
Big O?
O?
Yeah, that's what's up. He was on here. And Jamie J Love. Been a long time no hear from, girl.
What's up, girl?
Good to hear see you actually watching. Continue watching. Continue guys to share this.
Yeah.
Share this on your YouTube. Subscribe. Have friends subscribe, whatever, so they can get in on these comments, because y'all been commenting a lot or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you sometimes you want to get other people's opinions and whatever, because that might help you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why we call this reasons. It's because whatever we talk about, you know what I'm saying, everybody has a different reasons why. And basically their reason could be a good reason for you to continue on with your life and your communication and all that good stuff in life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you ready? You good?
Yeah.
What else we got? We got
I love
anything
y'all,
else?
man. Great show. We're gonna be getting out here this weekend, man. So we're gonna be out at Lamert Park doing some would you rathers.
Some footwork.
Some footwork and some things. So, man, if y'all see us out there, man, show us some love. Other than that, man, enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
I love y'all. You know, Fuel love y'all.
That's what's
man.
up.
Thank y'all.
And remember,
remember,
if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. That's what's up. Peace. Thank y'all. Peace.
I love y'all. Yeah, we did it. We did it right. Oh, hold on.
You have 2 new messages.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? I saw you on this show called Reasons with this guy named Fuel.
Yo, what's up? Got some information.
Yep.
They asking for it. What should we do?
Okay. Let's give it to him.
Let's do it.